brought them out of Egypt.
Yeah. Okay, this is the death of Jacob, who's Israel. He's speaking to his 12 sons.
Now this is Moses.
Oh, this is Moses. Yeah,
This is
33.
Moses.
Okay, I'm following. We've already had the Genesis one. Now we're at the 33.
Okay.
Okay,
So
so
he's speaking to
Yep,
Israel.
now I'm hearing you.
Okay. Now.
this is Deuteronomy chapter 28.
Okay. Get 7 and 6 first.
Okay.
So we know he's talking to Israel.
Okay.
Watch this.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are on the face of the
That
earth.
sounds like separation. He chose the Israelites to be number one above everybody on the face of the earth.
Absolutely.
Okay.
God, we're talking God speaking through Moses.
Speaking through
He's saying
Moses.
you guys, because you are the descendants of Abraham.
Isaac and Jacob.
And we got the 12 tribes lined up.
Uh-huh.
And it's okay.
He's
Let's
telling
go.
them that. Now watch this.
This
Now
is
keep in mind, they just came out of Egypt, out of bondage, out of slavery. Okay?
This
Yep.
is Deuteronomy chapter 28,
Read,
Verse 1.
No, read 15.
all right, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken to the voice of the Lord thy
Now,
God.
this is Moses speaking. If you're not going, this is Moses talking to the children of Israel. If you're not going to listen to the words that God's speaking through me to give to you
As the prophet.
as a prophet, this is what's going to happen.
It say, but it shall come to pass if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God to observe and to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Now it's going to be curses over these
I hear
people
you.
if they break the laws. Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
Now go to 68.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt.
Now, do you know what the word Egypt means?
Well, in my mind, Egypt represents, it's Mizraim, and it represents the world.
No.
Now, what did you say it?
You can get it, but
Slavery.
Egypt,
Okay.
it comes from a Greek word, Egyptos, it just means bondage or slavery.
And I'm gonna prove it right here. This is Exodus chapter 20. See, when you read the Bible, you got to go precept upon precept.
Absolutely. See, that's why I'm interested in what you're doing, because now Israel, when Noah, whose name means rest, woke up and he got a little drunk, and evidently one of his sons, Ham, went in and did something strange.
Yeah. You look
And
at Noah when
Moses
he was
woke
naked.
up. I
Yeah.
mean
Yeah.
Noah
Yeah.
woke up, and it said he knew what Ham had done to him. So something wicked happened there.
Yeah, he saw him naked.
And he said, yeah. He said, and he said, hey, and that Ham said, get those two Shem and
Japheth.
Japheth, go walk backwards, cover him up.
Mhm.
And they covered him up. And so Noah says, blessed be Shem, which means name and authority,
Yeah.
and Japheth, which means enlargement.
Okay.
So in the type, they're like the king and the prophet.
Okay.
And you know, but what I'm getting to is that third son, Ham, whose name means hot, put a curse on Canaan. Yeah. And instead of cursing the guy that did it, Ham, the son Ham.
Well, that's lineage.
Yeah.
You just pass it down
And
to
so
lineage.
that's where we get Egypt, because those four sons on down to Canaan, which means
I see where you're
merchandise.
going.
And that's where we get the word Egypt. So when you told me about Egypt,
But
here,
Egypt-
meaning it's all a slavery, correct? I mean, basically Noah was forecasting what you're telling me.
Okay.
Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Moses woke up and said, this bad, unrighteous dude did something bad here, so all cursed are your four kids.
See what
But
we're talking about.
we're not Ham though.
Yeah, we're not.
Because we know that Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, those were the chosen line.
Correct. And Ham, those
Shem
guys
was
came
the-
from Shem.
Yeah, Shem
Yes.
is the chosen line.
Yes,
That's
Shem's
the
the
line.
chosen.
That's the line that these people come from.
And
The
what
line
I'm
of Shem.
saying is, those oppressors represent Babylon, confusion. Those four sons, the first one is it Mizraim? The first one, it ends up with Canaan, which means to merchandise.
Well, see,
I'm sorry, I'll let you talk.
Well, what you're saying right now is like, yeah, Ham was our oppressors before. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
all nations had us enslaved.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But what we're getting into is that what the word Egypt means.
Right.
In
And the
this
reason
text-
I was
in this
going there,
text
because
right
he's one of the four sons. That Mizraim is one of the four sons. That's the first time it's in the Bible where it
Three
mentions
sons?
He got 4 sons.
You talking about Moses?
I'm talking about Ham's.
Oh,
son.
Ham. Okay, Ham.
And, normally,
yeah, Cush, Put.
yeah, that's the
Yeah,
ones.
yeah.
Yeah, Put represents
Put,
Egypt.
yeah.
It represents.
Nah, that's the 4 sons, and they break up into making the Africans today.
Yeah, a nation of
Okay,
people.
that's nation. That's just nations of people.
Okay,
You have,
let me follow. I'll listen.
Obama comes from Cush.
Okay, let me hear more.
Okay, Put.
Ms. Moran.
Ms. Moran.
I thought was Egypt.
Put.
Miss Marine, Put, Cush, and
Canaan's the last one.
yeah, Canaan. Because when you go into the Bible dictionary, you get the definition of Ham. Okay,
The
It was
progenitor.
4, and those are just 4 different African nations.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
all that is.
okay,
That's
okay.
all it is. It's just 4 different African sons that went and migrated and spread their seed throughout, and that's a whole nother nation from Shem and Japheth.
So that's what I'm going to ask you then. So if the blessed is from Shem, you said that Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob are
Jacob's
from
name was
Shem.
changed to Israel. Israel
Yeah.
had 12 sons.
Jacob's name is changed to Israel, right? And that's when I walked by and I heard what you were saying. These guys know some things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys know some things.
See, but
Now through the Most High, that's how we know everything.
Yeah.
You know, because
And so, but you're telling me the African nations are through
Ham.
Ham.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ham.
Okay.
Ham just means, it comes from the word, it just means heat.
Heat,
Come.
hot.
Come. It was come before Ham.
Okay.
You know?
But so how does it get that you are connected through
Shem?
Shem? Yeah.
How
Because that's
we-
the chosen line.
That's the chosen line.
The Lord,
Now he's telling, because Shem, you fast forward in the time right now. That's what you're doing. If we stay right here with Moses, we know Moses was one of the chosen.
Yeah,
Okay?
through
And then
that
you
line.
just go through. When you read, it said this guy begat that guy,
Right.
that guy. It's just a chosen line.
Abraham was from Shem.
Exactly.
Moses is through Shem.
we come straight through Shem.
Okay, that's
Because-
why it threw me off when you said
okay.
African nations, and I'm thinking, well,
How
how?
we're not African.
Yeah, we not African.
Tell me more. Tell me more.
not
We is
Because
Okay.
the word Africa comes from the
I'm not trying to put
No,
this
no,
down.
man. This is
I
supposed to be
understand.
dialogue.
I'm
That's-
loving
that's-
this.
That's good. That's good.
The word Africa comes. If you look, they call us today African Americans, right? But the word Africa comes from this so-called white man named Leo Scipio Africanus, and America comes from American Vespucci.
Okay.
So and so,
Map maker, Italian map maker.
yeah. And so that's where you get the word Africa from. But we're not Africans at all.
Tell me more.
Okay.
Tell me
Now,
more.
I will ask you this.
To see.
What determines your nationality? Is it the place you're born or the seed line of your father?
Well, I'd say seed line.
Numbers 1 and
1
18.
and 18.
I'd say seed line is really
Seed
who
line.
you are.
Okay.
Really
because
who
if
you are
you're
is your
born-
seed line.
If you're born on an airplane, does that make you airplanian? Okay, you know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
So we come from the seed line of Shem.
See, that's where I'm glad to hear that.
Okay, because
You got me.
you know how we base it? On the
Let's go.
curses. What it's a curse? I think it says this is for a sign and for a wonder.
As a
Now,
Is
so
it-
you don't. I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna shut up.
No, man. You ask questions. That's what you got to be edified.
Amen.
Okay, that's how it has to work.
See, I'm hoping that this is edifying for me to ask these questions because you learn more of this and I get more of you.
like 28.
It says
this should be a sign and a
this
wonder.
should be a sign and a wonder.
Okay, this is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse.
Keep in mind, he's talking to the
26.
nation of Israel.
He say, and they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
Forever. So if we ever wondered who we really were,
Just
the
go back.
signs is the curses of the children of Israel back in Moses' time. Okay,
So you're saying whatever Moses was doing,
it was a future prophecy.
it's a future prophecy.
Future
And so
prophecy.
you've been living it, this prophecy.
We've been living in
This
its
prophecy is what you've been saying. This is us.
in its
Yeah, this is
reincarnation.
us.
This
in the
is
Bible.
us.
It's
Okay.
Reincarnation. Now,
See, this
read
is-
the rest of 68.
This is verse 68. Well, look, we want to get into that word Egypt.
Oh yeah, the word Egypt.
Okay, the word Egypt means bondage, means slavery. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna start again on 68. It say, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. Now, if you know anything about Israel and Egypt, they right next to each other.
They walked from Egypt to the land of Egypt.
All right, but the word Egypt means this is Exodus chapter 20, verse 2. He say, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt,
Yeah.
out of the house of bondage.
Yes, and that's why Joseph, the last verse in Genesis, says, they said he's in a coffin. And when you get over into Hebrews, it says that his faith he knew his bones were not going to stay in Egypt.
Yeah,
But
but
that's his descendants.
Yes,
That's his
yes.
descendants.
That because so I'm identifying what you're telling me. You're saying Egypt represented a bondage,
That's what
and
it
I'm
is.
following here that you're saying this Moses' word is we are not of this bondage. We are not of this of Egypt.
No, let me break it down. He was saying, I just brought you out of slavery, out of captivity, through the Egyptians. Okay? Now,
400 years.
400 years. I'm going to give you
As he told
all
Abraham.
statutes and commandments that I just
Yep.
personally got from God.
Yes, yes.
If you break these commandments, these are the things that will happen to you. Continue on.
okay, reading on. Egypt again with ships.
With ships. This time when I bring you into slavery again.
That's a new one for me.
Yeah, when I bring you into slavery this time,
Yeah.
you're going on slave ships.
Wow.
Transatlantic
I'm going to have to
slavery.
write that down.
Deuteronomy 28:68.
Deuteronomy
Matter of fact,
28.
you can read Deuteronomy
Chapter 28.
chapter 28 on down. It tells you the blessings they would have received and the curses. If we go up to some of these other curses, you'll know that's man. I mean, it's a slap in the face.
But
Like you cannot deny
You
what we're
can't
talking
deny.
about.
Yeah,
You can't
yeah.
deny.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I'm gonna continue reading. Thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be.
No. Watch this. It said, "Thou shalt see it no more again," which was talking about our homeland. We wouldn't see our homeland again until the one the world ignorant called Jesus Christ come back. Okay? Because when he it says when he comes back, he's gonna set us in our land. Okay, so he's telling you we wouldn't see our homeland again, but when we get off those ships, what was gonna happen to
He
us?
said, you will be sold unto your enemies.
So when you get off those slave ships, there's going to be a thing called casting lots. 25, 35, 45. Sold to the highest bidder. And these are the slaves. Okay? Do you know how Wall Street started?
No, not really.
Slavery. The first thing on the Wall Street
Slaves.
stock market was slaves.
No, real.
First thing, slaves. Okay.
And it said, you will be sold unto your enemies for bondmen,
Slave man,
bondwomen,
slave woman.
and no man shall buy you.
The word buy, on quicker English, it means to redeem or save. Malcolm X tried, Martin Luther King tried, Martin Luther tried. Everybody tried to get us out of this slavery that we're in. None of it worked. Because we had to come, just like we served slavery in Egypt, we had to come back and serve slavery in modern day Egypt again.
Wow.
Because we are enslaved.
So is there? So my question, and I'll let you. I hate taking up your
Nah,
time.
man,
it's
this
fine.
is close.
Man, because this word lives. It's a real deal. So when I get revelation, like I didn't know that some of that stuff in there. So is there what I hear you guys saying? It is bloodline.
It is.
It's no, it could be a spiritual Israelite.
Right, none of that.
None of that. Because you can go to Romans and cut that in half.
Yeah.
You know,
So there's no way for
no way. Anybody
Predestined.
It's predestined. This book has already actually been played out. All we're doing is just playing the role.
chess pieces.
That's all we're doing. We're just playing the role.
Chess
It's a
pieces.
movie. Why you think it's called scriptures? Script. You get scripts in what? A movie.
Right.
That's what we're doing. We're living out a movie right now.
So what chance are for that's white?
See, look, I'm gonna answer.
That's what script. But the
Man.
thing is, that's why I ask you your nationality, because you can't just look at the skin color.
Yeah, because
Because the spirit says all that. If I went to China and I laid with a Chinese woman, and we had a son, and then he grew up and he laid with a Chinese woman, eventually on down the line, that child is gonna look fully Chinese.
Even though
the
he's
spirit goes back to the father.
Okay. I'm following.
Okay,
Because
so-
you identify with what I did with that Moses. I mean that
Exactly.
Noah thing
Exactly.
was as real as real can be.
Exactly.
It's not reversible.
Exactly. It's like you can't. I mean, you cannot stop. Even if you line up all the 12 tribes, and you get every so-called American Negro, every Indian, Hispanic, 2/3 of them are going to be put to death because they don't want to come out of the mind frame of America, of Babylon. They want to stay. Well, I'm gonna pursue my career. I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna turn to the laws that Moses just gave to them to keep. So if you don't keep those laws, then guess what? You're gonna die right here.
because the Lord say, if you love me, keep my commandments.
That's what
No, And he gave the commandments to the children of Israel. But this, to answer your question, it's saying